Today class, we'll be learning about percent composition and how to determine molar mass using the mole concept. Molar mass is the weight of 1 mole, or 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules, of any chemical compound. Molar masses of common chemical compounds that you might find in a chemistry laboratory can range between 18 grams per mole for compounds like water to hundreds of grams per mole for more complex chemical compounds. The molar mass of an element is found by looking at the atomic mass of the element on the periodic table. The atomic mass is equal to the molar mass in grams per mole. For any chemical compound that is not an element, we need to find the molar mass from the chemical formula. Molar masses of chemical compounds are equal to the sums of molar masses of all the others in one molecule of that compound. If you have a subscript in the chemical formula, then you multiply the number of atoms of anything next to the subscript by the number of the subscript.
The percent composition of a component in a compound is the percent of the total mass of the compound that is due to that component. To calculate the percent composition of a component in a compound, you need to find the molar mass of the compound by adding up the masses of each atom in the compound using the periodic table. Then calculate the mass of the component in the compound, for which you are solving by adding up the masses of these atoms. And then you will divide the mass of the component by the total mass of the compound and multiply it by 100.
We are going to use the example of ammonium sulfate to explain how to find molar mass in a chemical compound. As you can see here, we have 2 nitrogens in this chemical compound. So you take the 2 nitrogens and multiply it by its atomic mass, which is 14. And then you would get 28. And you would do the same for hydrogen. For example, you have 8 hydrogens. So you would take 8 hydrogens multiplied by 1, because that's the atomic mass. And you would get 8. You would do the same for sulfur and oxygen, and that would come out to 32.1 and 64. And the final step to finding the molar mass is you would add all of them up, and it would come out to 132.1 grams. So the molar mass of ammonium sulfate would be 132.1 grams. Okay. We are going to use this example to show how you would use percent composition. So our first step is you would have to find the molar mass of this compound. So we did that here, and we showed you how to do that in the previous problem. So what we got is the total molar mass would be 207.1 grams. So the next step would be to take the total atomic mass of one of the elements and divide it by the total molar mass of the entire compound and multiply it by 100. If you do this, you would get 19.4% calcium, 34.3% chlorine, and 46.4% oxygen. In this problem, it says, what is the mass of sulfur in 186 grams of this compound? So what you would do is you would find the molar mass of this compound, which would be 110 grams. And since you're only talking about sulfur, you would only need to find the percent composition of sulfur. So you take 32.1 divided by 110 multiplied by 100, and you would get 29.2% sulfur. So what you would do next is you would take the 186 grams and you would multiply it by 0.292, and you would get 54.3 grams. This means that there are 54.3 grams of sulfur in 186 grams of this compound.